rise for pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Morris.
Here.
Mrs. Thompson. Here. Mr. Gray.
Here.
Mr. Bittner.
Here.
Ms. Wong. Here. Mr. Elam.
Here.
Mr. Johnson.
Here. Approval of minutes from the regular meeting of council, July 14th, 2026. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes?
Motion for approval.
Motion made by Mr. Morris, seconded by Mr. Gray for approval. Roll call, please.
Mr. Morris.
Aye.
Mrs. Thompson. Aye. Mr. Gray.
Aye.
Mr. Bittner.
Aye.
Ms. Wong. Aye. Mr. Elam.
Aye.
Mr. Johnson.
Aye. Correspondence, clerk, do we have any correspondence this evening?
I just got in my mailbox a notice to legislative authorities, objections to renewal of a retail liquor permit. Do you want me to read this? Or just essentially all class C and D retail permits that sell alcoholic beverages in your political subdivision will expire October 1st, 2026. The permit holders must timely file an online renewal application with the division to maintain their permit privileges and ability to sell alcoholic beverages. Does anybody in council object to that?
Good. Does anybody else have any correspondence this evening?
I do.
Yes.
The resident sent 2 emails. I'm just gonna read the last one because it covers the first one. He says, I want to correct myself in a statement from my previous email. I described the proposed use by Blystones Marine as non-commercial. That was incorrect. Blystones is an existing commercial business. My concern is not that the business is non-commercial, but that expanding a low-density marine sales, service, storage, or parking use on additional sidewalk frontage land could limit the city's long-term opportunity to create the mixed-use walkable commercial environment envisioned along Andrews Road. Because of Mineral Lake has very little developable land, I believe sidewalk frontage near the lake should be preserved for more activity uses such as small storefronts, restaurants, offices, upper floor housing, or mixed-use development that can generate more year-round activity, employment, tax revenue, and community value. If the city proceeds with the sale, I respectfully ask that it retain the sidewalk frontage portion or place conditions on the property that preserve future mixed-use development opportunities. Thank you for your consideration, Noah Koopman.
Thank you. Anyone else have correspondence they wish to share tonight? Hearing none, we'll move on to administrative department head reports. Mayor and Safety Director, Mr. Eva, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Johnson, members of council, the public here this evening. Just one thing tonight, there's several pieces of legislation that Mr. Park will talk about on the agenda tonight. I would ask that a lot of these resolutions, ordinances be suspended tonight so that we could go forward with these projects. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Administrative Director, Mrs. Valentine, good evening.
The council should have a PowerPoint packet on our desk regarding the proposed underground storage tank. The presentation outlines the applicable code requirements, including setbacks and site requirements, as well as several potential locations on city property. Based on the current condition of our underground tank, replacements may not be necessary for another 5 to 10 years. However, critical components such as the tank valve or replacement parts may no longer be available. In that event, the city would be forced to replace the fuel storage system on an emergency basis. I would like to extend my thanks to the Ohio Municipal League for helping us obtain a free Amazon business account. The account provides the city with additional purchasing options and tools that may assist with obtaining competitive pricing and improving procurement efficiency. We've hired the accounting assistant. Her name is Shannon Danzy, and we're excited to have her on board. Mr. Parker, the engineer, will talk about several ordinances and resolutions we have on the evening, and I just wanted to remind council that the entire single project is going to be covered by the stormwater funds. And our fall festival is September 12th, and we have yard signs in the coffee room if anyone from council is interested in putting one in their yard.
Thank you. Law Director, Mr. Zeman, good evening.
Good evening. Council, administration, members of the public. Primarily just as kind of a broad status update. We're actively engaged in several enforcement matters. I think they'll progress along their own pace, but just want to mention the fact that while we don't necessarily broadcast what we're doing, there are active cases both filed and under review. In terms then of some other internal housekeeping items, we have quite a bit on our plate currently. I think council will be seeing some of those items coming up. As you know, my process typically is to create a memo so that everyone has a sort of a broad overview of the legal issues. So I expect some of that in the coming weeks, and hopefully whether or not that turns into legislation or other action items that we will see. And aside from that, hopefully Mr. Parker can explain some of these ordinances tonight, because as I indicated to Ms. Valentine, I would not like to do it. So I would just write them off as typical Columbus, if not federal requirements. So if they seem a little bit overboard, I leave that to others to make that ultimate judgment. So with that, I wish Mr. Parker luck explaining something. Thank you very much.
All right,
Appreciate it.
thank you. City Engineer, Mr. Parker, good evening.
Good evening. I'm not sure if I want to go.
Three under the bus.
So first and foremost is Severino has been out itself in 2 days. They cleaned up a lot of the stones, they cleaned the properties up. They actually cut everyone's grass to make sure that there were people that weren't cutting the new grass because they were afraid of cutting it. So they actually cut everybody's grass so that they'll support the street. And they will be out tomorrow, promise, to put topsoil. So that should just about clean everything up, get them on their way, hopefully. So tonight we have two resolutions for submerged land leases. One on Salida Drive for the outfall sewer improvement, and the other one is Overlook Beach Park. Those are both required to be executed and sent to ODNR if we are going to get our permits from ODNR. Jeff Penfling from CEC had a great conversation, actually two, one last week and one this week, with ODNR. They are very happy with the revised plans that were sent down. Sounds like they have already looked at them, so we should be looking at getting some movement on the permit in Overlook Beach Park here shortly. So that getting that resolution in place that approves the submerged land lease is very critical. That's why it would be great if we could get those done in a timely manner. So in the storm sewer project, so that is, I think we've affectionately referred to as the sinkhole project. That includes two different projects, one on Plains Road, the storm sewer that has collapsed in Downs parking lot. And the other one is the Fern Southland storm sewer that goes under the properties in the backyards. That's the sinkhole piece of this. So we did a open bids on that, and we recommended that be awarded to Cook Paving and Construction. They were the low bidder. Everything came back clean on them. They have no findings of recovery. We talked about references came back low. Yes.
Who? Cook who?
Cook Paving and Construction.
Can you turn the microphone a bit? Thank you. Cook Paving and Construction.
Yes.
Thank you.
One thing, just so that came up after we were finished with the plans, is there's another storm sewer failure on Cedarwood. The large trees along Cedarwood have infiltrated into a section of the storm sewer. So rather than stopping the plans and adding that to it, delaying the bids, we bid it. What we plan on doing is doing the plans on that. Service has already gone out and televised it, so we have a good idea of what we need to do. We're gonna try to do that as a change order to the contract, because that was the most official way of getting it done. So just a heads up that we will likely have a change order for the Cedarwood addition into that. So that is the resolution for the, according to contract to Cook. There's also a resolution for SBJ in there, and that's for us to do the plans for Cedarwood and also to administer the construction. So just so you understand, that number came in a lot higher than I would like to have seen it. But that is all based on Cook's schedule, the duration they're gonna be out there. It's a cost plus, so if we're out there at $5 million, go assume for the time we're actually out there. So typically those numbers come in a lot lower than they present. So, and then also we would like to get these resolutions approved quickly so construction can be started and we can get it completed by the end of the construction season. Last and not by all means not least, because we did find out this afternoon that they preliminarily scored all of the PWC projects, and Dahlia came out ranked 7th in the county, which was really good. So that usually it looks like the top 15 to 17 will be funded. So that is, just so you guys are aware, that's about a $1.375 million project, and about 825,000 of that will be funded by PWC. Assuming that everything stays like this in the small program. Still good. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions to the administration? Mr. Morris.
Mr. Parker,
Yes.
this Cook Construction and Paving, were they properly vetted, I hope?
Yes,
So that we don't end up with another project like Woodford and Severino?
absolutely. Yes, I called multiple references, both the ones they gave us and both people I know in the industry.
Thank you.
Yes.
Anyone else? Hearing none, we'll move on to board committee.
Skip that.
So, Mr. Gregg, sorry.
So in your, Mr. Parker, your statement, you said Severino was gonna cover existing lawns with topsoil.
They're gonna go out and do spot repairs to the topsoil, where the grass is already established, you know, they took a lot of all the stones and everything out. There's places where they need to put topsoil in because either we have voids or we need to smooth the ground out underneath it. They are not doing putting topsoil everywhere because we're like on grass.
Yes.
Parker,
Yes,
I understand you spent a couple of days on Southland. I've never known an engineer to be out talking to residents and working hand and fist, whatever, with these contractor. But apparently you've been out there talking to residents, working with them on their individual issues. And Severino has been correcting them and working on them. Dave, I've never known one of our engineers to do anything like that. And I think that's awesome. And I hope that's in your contract, Mr. Parker. I don't know if it is or not, but I appreciate the fact that you paid attention to the residents, their issues firsthand. Thank you.
you're welcome. That's just part of my job. This was a unique situation because I think Severino needed somebody with a little more heavy hand to guide them.
Okay.
I say the least.
I'll buy that.
Any other questions? Yes, Mr. Gregg.
With the Pendon Dahlia projects, 2 phases.
Yes,
And the first phase is 1.3 or in total.
just under 1.4, yeah.
Any more thoughts about getting with Mentor for everything from Lakeshore coming down this way, phase 3?
If you want to talk, we can talk about it after. I mean, I did an investigation and tried to figure out, I couldn't make that link, so, but we can talk about it after the meeting, like.
Second, to the interim during the process of construction, waiting in the process, is there any way we can adhere to ordinance 1024.01 culvert repair, installation, maintenance requirements by the city service department and the mayor?
Where
It's the spring ditching program. So a lot of the culverts are inadequate on Dahlia, which is impacting the current state of flooding. There's pipes out of the ground, there's pipes non-existent, there's pipes too deep, pipelines. So the flow is being impediment on the south side of Dahlia.
there's specific location within the south side of down between Lake and.
Lincoln towards the beach. Basically from my house down to the lake.
I'll go and take a look at it. I haven't. And I drove down it the other day, but I didn't look closely at it, so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, we'll now move on to board committee commission reports. Finance committee.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Finance Committee met last evening. 6:30, present were members Elam, Bittner, Gray, also present Mayor Deba, President Johnson, Vice President Morris, Councilman Wong, and resident to be, I think, he says he's going to be a resident, Noah Kuhn. After discussion on ordinance 227.01, which sets $25,000 limit on spending without council approval. Motion was made by Mr. Bittner, seconded by Mr. Elam to keep the limit at $25,000. The vote was 2-1 to recommend to council that would make no change in this particular ordinance at this time. And other things were discussed also, but which committee will continue to look at it in a couple of days. Meeting adjourned about 7 p.m. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Any other board committees or commissions that met that weren't listed here? Okay, move on to open the public to speak. If you'd like to speak, please come to the lectern, state your name and address for the record. Nobody. All right, we'll move on to legislation before council. Ordinance number 2026-0-08, if you could please read it by its title.
Ordinance number 2026-0-08, second reading. An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city, Mentor on the Lake, to enter into an agreement with the Lake County Board of Commissioners to participate in the Urban Entitlement Community Development Block Grant, CDBG program, and for the utilization of funds made available by the Housing and Community Development Act of 1974 as amended and declaring an emergency.
And this you need it done by this
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. Any discussion on this?
Motion to suspend.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Bittner, second by Ms. Wong, for suspension of the rules. Roll call, please.
Mr. Morris?
Aye.
Mrs. Thompson?
Aye.
Mr. Gray?
Aye.
Mr. Bittner?
Aye.
Ms. Wong?
Aye.
Mr. Elam?
Aye.
Mr. Johnson?
Aye, for passage.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Morris, seconded by Mrs. Thompson, for passage. Roll call, please.
Mr. Morris?
Aye.
Mrs. Thompson?
Aye.
Mr. Gray?
Aye.
Mr. Bittner?
Aye.
Ms. Wong?
Aye.
Mr. Elam?
Aye.
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Oh, you're fine.
Ordinance number 2026-0-09, if you could please read it by its title.
Ordinance number 2026-0-09, an ordinance levying liens for expenses incurred for lawn maintenance and or culvert repairs.
Discussion on this. Yes, Mrs. Thompson.
Are any of these homes in foreclosure and are they repeat offenders?
Well, Andrews Road is always.
Always.
Southland is gonna be the offender for this year.
Yeah.
A couple of people are.
Real quick, I heard somebody say they couldn't hear you.
I did.
Oh. I believe 2 of them are deceased people and one's an elderly person and the other one's just a company that's been.
Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
Motion made.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Bittner, second by Ms. Wong to suspend the rules. Roll call, please.
Mr. Morris?
Aye.
Mrs. Thompson?
Aye.
Mr. Gray?
Aye.
Mr. Bittner?
Aye.
Ms. Wong?
Aye.
Mr. Elam?
Aye.
Mr. Johnson?
Aye. Motion made by Mr. Gray, second by Ms. Wong for passage. Roll call, please.
Mr. Morris?
Aye.
Mrs. Thompson?
Aye.
Mr. Gray?
Aye.
Mr. Bittner?
Aye.
Ms. Wong?
Aye.
Mr. Elam?
Aye.
Mr. Johnson?
Aye. Ordinance number 2026-0-10, if you will read it by its title.
Ordinance number 2026-0-10, an ordinance accepting and awarding a bid contract with Cook Paving and Construction Company Incorporated for the 2026 storm sewer repair project, authorizing the mayor and administrative director to enter into a contract with said company and declaring an emergency.
Any discussion on this?
Motion to suspend.
Motion made by Ms. Wong,
Second.
second by Mrs. Thompson for suspension of the rules. Roll call, please.
Mr. Morris?
Aye.
Mrs. Thompson?
Aye.
Mr. Gray?
Aye.
Mr. Bittner?
Aye.
Ms. Wong?
Aye.
Mr. Elam?
Aye.
Mr. Johnson?
Aye.
Motion for passage.
Second. Motion made by Mrs. Thompson, second by Mr. Gray for passage. Roll call, please.
Mr. Morris.
Aye.
Mrs. Thompson.
Aye.
Mr. Gray. Mr. Bittner,
Aye.
Ms. Wong,
Aye.
Mr. Elam,
Aye.
Mr. Johnson.
Aye. Resolution number 2026-R-24, please read it by its title.
Resolution number 2026-R-24, a resolution declaring existing Lake Erie submerged land located at 7661 Salida Road, Mentor on the Lake, Ohio, is not necessary or required for the construction, maintenance, or operation by the city, county, or port authority of breakwaters, piers, docks, wharves, bulkheads, connecting ways, water terminal facilities and improvements, and marginal highways in aid of navigation and water commerce, and that the land uses specified in the city's submerged lands lease application comply with regulation of permissible land use under a waterfront plan of the city and declaring an emergency.
Discussion on this?
I have a question.
Yes.
Mr. Parker. Sorry. I mean, I read through this several times. So besides the fact that I know we're certifying that the land use is per the water management plan, what actually does this do? I know it's required, but what does it do?
So we have to lease back the actual footprint of the structures that are in the water. From the state owns everything under the water.
Okay,
So that's what this is allowing us to enter into that submerged land lease, to lease that property back from the state. Where we have facilities, specifically, this is the beach outfall.
okay,
So this is the actual beach outfall structure itself, where the walls go out into the lake.
Okay.
That was never permitted in the
All right.
past. So this was.
and then because of the easement on the property, the cylinders are not affected in any way by this, they're aware of this, this is, okay,
Yeah, they're on the downward side.
right,
So they don't get as much erosion. So
Right.
we're gonna do some grading on their property. We saw an easement there, but we
Right.
don't use submerged landscape.
okay,
Because I think it's under the
So,
Lake Erie normal water flow.
okay, very good, thank you.
so this is basically a house cleaning, resolution, which tidies up all the, things that we didn't do before that need to be done.
And this is required for ODNR to be able to consider. the
Okay.
permit. This says that the city supports having that submerged land use, and, you know, that'll run. But the language comes straight out of the statute.
Okay.
No, you can't make this stuff up if you want to. You know, basically, the statute requires the legislative body to basically verify and agree that this area is not going to be used for any other purposes of pier, dockage, or anything of that nature. So you're attesting by virtue of this resolution that is that the case.
Any other discussion on this? Motion to suspend the rules.
Motion to suspend.
Second.
Motion made by Mrs. Thompson, second by Mr. Bittner. Roll call, please.
Mr. Morris.
Aye.
Mrs. Thompson.
Aye.
Mr. Gray.
Aye.
Mr. Bittner,
Aye.
Ms. Wong,
Aye,
Mr. Elam,
Aye.
Mr. Johnson.
Aye.
motion for passage.
Second.
Motion made by Ms. Wong, second by Mr. Bittner. For passage, roll call, please.
Mr. Morris.
Aye.
Mrs. Thompson.
Aye.
Mr. Gray.
Aye.
Mr. Bittner,
Aye.
Ms. Wong,
Aye,
Mr. Elam,
Aye.
Mr. Johnson.
Aye. Resolution number 2026-R-25, please read it by its title.
Resolution number 2026-R-25, a resolution accepting and approving a contract with SBJ Consulting LLC for professional services related to the 2026 storm sewer repair project, authorizing the mayor and administrative director to enter into a contract with said company and declaring an emergency.
Is there any discussion on this?
I have a question.
Yes.
Ms. Valentine, were these? I mean, these are not in the part of the contract, they are exceptional project fees, but. Knowing that we had a few projects to do, I know the sinkhole project came up later, but was any of these professional services budgeted into our? Engineering budget for this year, or is this all?
This is all
Out of our-
side thing,
Okay,
which is gonna be covered still.
but it'll all still be covered under the stormwater grant, perfect, okay.
Motion to suspend.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Bittner, second by Mrs. Thompson for suspension of the rules. Roll call, please.
Mr. Morris.
Aye.
Mrs. Thompson.
Aye.
Mr. Gray.
Aye.
Mr. Bittner,
Aye.
Ms. Wong,
Aye,
Mr. Elam,
Aye.
Mr. Johnson.
Aye.
Motion for passage.
Second. Motion made by Mr. Morris, seconded by Mr. Gray for passage. Roll call, please.
Mr. Morris,
Aye.
Mrs. Thompson,
Aye.
Mr. Gray,
Aye.
Mr. Bittner,
Aye.
Ms. Wong,
Aye.
Mr. Elam,
Aye.
Mr. Johnson.
Aye.
Resolution number 2026 R 26, if you could please read it by its title.
Resolution number 2026 R 26, a resolution declaring existing Lake Erie submerged land located at Lake Overlook Beach Park, Mentor on the Lake, Ohio, is not necessary or required for the construction, maintenance, or operation by the city, county, or port authority of breakwaters, piers, docks, wharves, bulkheads, connecting ways, water terminal facilities, and improvements in marginal highways in aid of navigation and water commerce, and that the land uses specified in the city's submerged lands lease application comply with regulation of permissible land use under a waterfront plan of the city and declaring an emergency.
Is there any discussion on this?
Motion to suspend.
Second.
Motion made by Mrs. Thompson, seconded by Ms. Wong for suspension of the rules. Roll call, please.
Mr. Morris,
Aye.
Mrs. Thompson,
Aye.
Mr. Gray,
Aye.
Mr. Bittner,
Aye.
Ms. Wong,
Aye.
Mr. Elam,
Aye.
Mr. Johnson.
Aye.
Passage.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Gray, seconded by Mr. Bittner. Roll call, please.
Mr. Morris,
Aye.
Mrs. Thompson.
Aye.
Mr. Gray,
Aye.
Mr. Bittner.
Aye.
Ms. Wong,
Aye.
Mr. Elam,
Aye.
Mr. Johnson.
Aye. Old business. Do we have any old business tonight?
Mr. President.
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion that we go into executive session to discuss any possible litigation the city has going in front of it.
I'm second. You'll second the motion? Okay, motion made by Mr. Morris, seconded by Mr. Bittner to go into executive session to discuss any pending and litigation before the city. Roll call, please.
Mr. Morris.
Aye.
Mrs. Thompson.
Aye.
Mr. Gray.
Aye.
Mr. Bittner.
Aye.
Ms. Wong.
Aye.
Mr. Elam.
Aye.
Mr. Johnson.
Aye. You're going into executive session. Wait.
No.
Hey, Kevin, back. Mayor and. Yeah. We didn't lose Bittner this time, but we lost others.
More tardy kids on the playground.
They must have gone to the bathroom. They're back. Calls me back to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Morris.
Aye.
Mrs. Thompson.
Aye.
Mr. Gray.
Aye.
Mr. Bittner.
Here.
Ms. Wong. Here. Mr. Elam.
Here,
Mr. Johnson.
Here. Any other old business tonight?
Mr. President,
Yes.
on Blackstones, I don't know where we stand with that. Terms of potentially selling a property to them. I don't know if it's appropriate for me to make a motion or not to allow the mayor to pursue deal with them. Don't know where we stand with.
What, we received this information, which came about because of that discussion, but if everybody gets time to review it. I think then we can continue the discussion after people have had a chance to digest what's here and. What the options are that Mrs. Valentine has laid out for us.
Well, my motion would put it on the official track. To pursue it to its logical conclusion. Whatever.
I believe there's other information pending. I don't think we have all the information.
That's correct, you don't. But I don't want to get lost. That's, we haven't, there's been no discussion since the last meeting we've had. So I just don't want to get lost in the process. Sometimes things get lost, they don't get talked about after the first time. So my concern is that it stays in the official track, that we continue to pursue it. And to a point to where we authorize the mayor to pursue to its logical conclusion, the sale of that property or not, rather than leave Blackstones hanging in the lurch for too long. So I know we're not ready to make a decision on that yet, but I don't want to lose it in the process. That's my point.
I understand your point.
And a motion to for the mayor to pursue this officially would keep it on track.
Okay, he's made a motion to.
Motion to, if I might, motion to ask the mayor to pursue an arrangement or deal with Blackstones on the sale of part or all of the property in question here. For just that would be it.
Is there a second to the motion? Hearing none, the motion fails. Any other old business tonight? Is there any new business tonight? Hearing none, we'll now move up to the public to speak. If you'd like to speak, please come to the lectern, state your name and address for the record. No. All right, we will close this portion open to the public to speak. We'll now move on to announcements and settings and meetings. We have zoning committee meeting Wednesday, August 5th, 2026 at 7 p.m. We have the ordinance committee Thursday, August 6th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. We have the next regular meeting of council, August 11th at 7 p.m. Other meetings.
Planning and zoning is Monday, August 3rd at 6 p.m.
Planning and zoning, Monday, August 3rd at
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Thank you.
Parks and Recs, August 13th at 6:30.
Parks and Rec, August 13th at 6:30. Any other meetings?
Motion for adjournment.
Second,
Motion made by Mr. Morris, second by Mrs. Thompson for adjournment. Roll call, please.
Mr. Morris,
Aye.
Mrs. Thompson,
aye.
Mr. Gray,
Aye.
Mr. Bittner,
Aye.
Ms. Wong,
Aye.
Mr. Elam,
Aye.
Mr. Johnson.
Aye, we are adjourned.